Hi there, Sue Harper here. Um, well, Camelot's finally finished, and I've done a couple since then. I just haven't done any videos of them. So I've been doing some paintings of vintage photographs of people that are long since gone to their reward, but they were lovely photographs back in the turn of the century. This photograph I'm working from now is actually taken. She looks like a very modern girl, but she's actually taken in 1905. So she's well over 115 years old. So I've done a little something different to her. This is the photograph that I'm taking this from. I did a very quick sketch of her. Sometimes when there's very little, on this side of her face, there's almost no feature shading at all. And when that's nebulous like that, I kind of like to do a sketch to get myself familiar with the planes of her face. So I've done a quick, very quick, very rough pencil sketch of her. On some toned paper just to get an idea of where I wanted to go. And while I was doing that sketch, I came up with an idea that I thought was kind of fun. All those photographs from back then reminded me of one of my favorite artists, Alphonse Mucha, who used to do wonderful posters of these elegant ladies in flowing gowns and lots of fun background Art Deco design. And so I put some design behind her. There's an awful lot of blank, empty space in that photograph. So I've put a little bit of interesting stuff behind her, which we're going to treat very simply. And so the first thing I'm going to do is wet this whole thing and put down a very pale wash of a color I made up. I'm going to be using so much of this color that I made myself up a very large batch of it, and once it's diluted, I should be able to use it, have enough to not have to mix it again. So here we go. I'm going to get a big wash brush here, and lay down some plain water. The other portraits I did on hot press paper, but I'm back to my old cold press. I just really have trouble with that very delicate surface. I'm too rough on it, I guess. I don't know, but I'm coming back to my good old arches. I just hope this doesn't have a flaw in it. I've been having trouble with some of the paper. Look at it and make sure I haven't got some spots that don't seem to want to take the water. I think we're okay. All right. And I'm going to take a little bit of that water off. Well, not a lot. I want to take it off the edges. A lot of water on the edges sometimes will bleed back into your wash, and then all of a sudden you've got blooms where you didn't want them. So we're going to take some of this color and add a great deal of water to it. I want a very, very pale wash. And that's what I'm going to get there, really pale. This is the next best thing to white. And you can see it's kind of a pinky mauve. Kind of like that. So for some of these old photos, I like, they're very often sepia or very slightly colored, you know, where they give a little eye color and some cheeks. But for the most part, they are sepia toned photographs. And I could do them as color photographs, but I kind of like the charm of them being that sepia color. But it's so dull that if I pink it up a little bit and make it a little warmer, it appeals to me more. One thing about art that's so nice is it's up to you. I need another towel here. So this is the first wash. We're going to wipe up some of that water so it does not bleed back into the wash. And then I'll wait for this to dry for a bit. Then I'll hit it with the hairdryer and I'll be back.